Have you ever felt like you were meant for something more? Something bigger than what the world expected of you?
Today, we're diving into a story about a tiny hero with a gigantic dream. A story that proves talent can come from the most unexpected places. This is the tale of Remy, a rat who dared to dream of becoming a chef in the heart of Paris, the culinary capital of the world. Our story begins in the French countryside, where we meet Remy. He's not like the other rats in his colony. While his family, led by his practical father Django, is content scavenging for garbage, Remy is a connoisseur. He possesses an extraordinary sense of smell and taste, a gift that allows him to distinguish every single ingredient in a dish. He doesn't just eat to live. He lives to eat, savoring flavors and combining them in new and exciting ways. His idol is the legendary chef Auguste Gusteau, whose motto, "Anyone can cook," resonates deep within Remy's little heart. He secretly learns from Gusteau's TV shows and cookbook, dreaming of one day creating culinary masterpieces himself. But Remy's passion isn't understood by his family. His father sees his unique talent only as a practical Tula poison checker for the colony. It's a lonely existence for a dreamer like Remy, who yearns for a world that appreciates artistry and flavor. A world far from the scraps and refuse of his current life. One fateful day, a storm changes everything. While trying to retrieve Gusteau's cookbook, Remy is discovered by the old woman whose house the colony inhabits. In the ensuing chaos, Remy gets separated from his family, swept away by the raging currents of the Paris sewers. Lost and alone, he drifts through the dark tunnels, his dreams seemingly washed away with the flood. Just when he's about to lose all hope, a tiny, imaginary version of Chef Gusteau appears, offering words of encouragement. If you are hungry, Gusteau's spirit advises, go up and look around. Following this advice, Remy climbs up and finds himself on a Parisian rooftop, gazing at a breathtaking view of the City of Lights. And right below him is the one place he dreamed of his entire life. Gusteau's restaurant, drawn by an irresistible force. He scurries into the kitchen, a vibrant, chaotic, and dangerous world for a rat. There, he watches the chefs at work, a symphony of chopping, sizzling, and plating. It's in this kitchen that he meets Alfredo Linguini, the restaurant's new garbage boy. Linguini is clumsy, insecure, and has absolutely no talent for cooking. In a desperate attempt to fix a soup he accidentally ruined, Linguini makes it even worse. Horrified, Remy can't stand to see a good dish destroyed. He falls into the kitchen and, in a panic, starts adding spices and ingredients, transforming the disastrous soup into a culinary delight. The soup is served by mistake and becomes an instant hit with a food critic. Linguini gets the credit, but the head chef, Skinner, is suspicious. He tasked Linguini with recreating the soup, a task he knows is impossible. That night, Linguini discovers Remy and realizes the little rat is the true genius. They form the most unlikely partnership in culinary history. With Remy hidden under Linguini's chef hat, they develop a unique system. Remy pulls on Linguini's hair to control his arms and legs, turning him into a puppet master of cooking. Together, they become a sensation. Under Remy's guidance, Linguini, the once clumsy garbage boy, starts creating dishes that astound the patrons and revive the restaurant's flagging reputation. He even finds love with Colette, the tough and talented female chef who is initially skeptical of his sudden rise to fame. She takes him under her wing, teaching him the harsh realities and disciplines of a professional kitchen, unaware that the real student is the tiny chef hiding under his hat. However, their success attracts unwanted attention. Chef Skinner, the tyrannical and greedy head chef, is convinced something is amiss. He knows Linguini is not a cook. His suspicions are fueled by a letter from Linguini's late mother, which reveals a shocking secret. Linguini is Gusteau's son and the rightful heir to the restaurant. Skinner, who stood to inherit the restaurant, is determined to expose Linguini and keep the inheritance for himself. He spies on Linguini, trying to figure out the source of his newfound talent, leading to a hilarious chase scene where he tries to capture Remy. As Linguini's fame grows, so does his ego. He starts to believe his own hype, forgetting the little guy who made it all possible. This leads to a painful argument between him and Remy, and their partnership fractures. Feeling betrayed and unappreciated, Remy leaves. In an act of defiance, he leads his rat colony on a raid of the restaurant's pantry. Linguini discovers the raid and, heartbroken, kicks all the rats out, including Remy. The very next day is the most important night for the restaurant. The formidable food critic, Anton Ego, is coming to review Gusteau's. Ego is a man whose single bad review once cost the restaurant one of its stars and, some say, led to Gusteau's death from a broken heart.
The pressure is immense, and without Remy, Linguini is helpless.
He can't cook. Finally, at his wit's end, Linguini confesses the truth to his entire kitchen staff. He shows them Remy, the rat chef. Disgusted and feeling betrayed, the entire staff, including Colette, walks out. The kitchen is empty. The restaurant is full. Anton Ego is waiting. It seems like the end. But then, something incredible happens. Colette, remembering Gusteau's motto, anyone can cook, has a change of heart and returns. She's not alone. Remy's entire family, seeing Linguini's courage and Remy's desperation, arrives to help. Under Remy's command, the rat colony transforms into a highly efficient kitchen brigade. They wash, they chop, they cook, all with impeccable skill and hygiene, orchestrated by their tiny chef. Linguini, now wearing roller skates, becomes the waiter, gracefully gliding through the dining room. For Anton Ego, Remy decides to make a simple peasant dish. Ratatouille. It's a bold choice, a humble dish for a world-renowned critic. But as Ego takes his first bite, a powerful memory is unlocked. The flavor transports him back to his childhood, to a time when his mother would make him the very same dish to comfort him after a bad day. His cold, critical facade melts away, replaced by a look of pure, unadulterated joy. He is completely won over. Ego insists on meeting the chef. Linguini and Colette wait until the rest of the patrons have left before introducing him to Remy. Ego is stunned, but he understands. He writes a review that is both a love letter to food and a profound statement on art and criticism. He declares Remy to be nothing less than the finest chef in France and redefines Gusteau's motto. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. Despite the glowing review, the health inspector discovers the rat colony and shuts Gusteau's down, causing Ego to lose his job and credibility for praising a rat-infested restaurant. But this isn't a sad ending. It's a new beginning, with funding from a newly inspired Anton Ego. Remy, Linguini, and Colette open a new small bistro called Ratatouille. It features 2 dining areas, one for humans and a tiny one for rats. Remy is finally where he belongs, a celebrated chef in his own kitchen, sharing his gift with the world. The story of Remy is a beautiful reminder that we should unjudge others by their appearance or origin. It teaches us about passion, perseverance, and the courage to follow our dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. It shows that with a little help from our friends and a belief in ourselves, anyone can cook. What do you think? Is there a dream you're chasing that others might find unusual? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales of inspiration. See you next time!